Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm your host Aaron Kisashe, and today I'm very privileged and honored to welcome the guild president of Victoria University, Mr. Emmanuel, and as the elected leader of the university, he plays a pivotal role in the welfare, the academic policies, and the life at campus as well as at Victoria University.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Emmanuel, you are most welcome. But briefly, can you tell us briefly about yourself?
Yes, you are talking to Hauha Mbale Ambrose Emmanuel, the guild president of Victoria University, a beacon of academic excellence. In my constituency where I represent, of course, I stand on the principles and the interests and everything that would resolve around students. And I'm privileged to be in this position from God. I know He has given me power and responsibilities to execute to His best interest. Um, I'm a student at VU, that's automatic. I'm offering bachelor in pharmacy, that is under the Faculty of Health Sciences. And I'm a sportsman. I play basketball, I play football, I play pool table. I play very many games, and I don't know what to talk about myself specifically because I may spend a full day talking about myself.
So, Mr. Emmanuel, can you tell us who inspired you to join student leadership?
Well, I believe that leadership in its form is a calling, and there is a way any leader would actually feel unsettled when certain things are not moving in the direction they think those particular items should be moving. And of course, you'll be garnered up internally and you would wish to stand in. Well, leadership, as leaders, we, apart from being born, they're also made. And those who make us are actually some of the people who have made a difference in this world. For instance, you draw inspiration from people like Mahatma Gandhi, you talk about Mandela, those individuals that moved forward and made that bold step just to create a difference in this world. So at the university where I I do execute my leadership roles, I think I'm one of those students who felt like I needed to move forward and add, improve, or enhance the student life at Victoria University.
So, thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. So, Mr. Emmanuel, I know during your campaigns you had a manifesto.
Yeah.
So, briefly, for those who never read up about your manifesto, who never heard about it, can you tell us briefly what was in your manifesto?
Yes, my manifesto was resolving around three principles, and one that was welfare. The second one was empowerment, and the third one was training. And it was popularly known as the weighted gender. So, with that, we looked at the social welfare of students, enhancing campus vibrancy, fun activities, and many other things. We thought that it would create a platform whereby students could meet, socialize, connect with one another. And we believe that by executing this, we are allowing students to, first of all, work on their mental wellness because we knew that if we push for a platform where students can associate, we believe that students could share their own challenges and a problem once shared, it's half solved. But apart from that, we knew that that would be a bedrock of connections, whereby we believe that students, as we at Victoria University, we know that we are dealing with our CEOs, we are dealing with our business partners, and for instance, even here, I can a few months or weeks or years from now partner with this particular podcast, and that will be fostering business for both of us. So we believe that by having these people connect, we are going to create an impact not only when we are at school, but even after school. Another thing was about empowering students. That means we needed to draw knowledge down to the students so that they can execute some of these activities with minimal supervision. That means we needed to instill skills, knowledge, information about the current affairs and anything that would affect students. And the last one, which is training, where we believe that we would work hand in hand with the management to enhance the training experience at Victoria University. That comes with the virtual class, or commonly known as V class, and we see how we can mitigate some of the challenges we face on our V class.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the listeners who were asking about your manifesto have got some insights.
Yeah.
So, moving on, Mr. Emma,
Yes, please.
leadership comes with some challenges. Though one great man, Nelson Mandela, said that it seems impossible until it's done. So you took the challenge. So, what are some of the challenges you have encountered during your spell as the new president of Victoria University?
Yeah, I think as a leader, when you're coming into leadership, when you're finally interested with that role, there's a lot of expectations basing on what you promised the students. And sometimes those expectations are not put into considerations with reference to the bureaucratic processes that happen within an institution. So sometimes you would love to execute some activities, and maybe you're working on that particular project or activities, but sometimes some students perceive that the moment you step in office, you start working. But it also gives us a hard time to, inform them that be patient a bit, and you can't say that because you have 1 year. So there is a challenge of mitigating and harmonizing between the students' interest and the management. And the students want things done faster, and the management wants to orient you first, tell you this is done this way before you even execute anything. So there is always that pressure that is coming from down, and you are taking your time with the management so that you harmonize the system and you start executing activities. Then on the other hand, I think the most challenge is I think bureaucracy. That is a common challenge in every institution, whereby for anything to be approved, probably you need 6 people to approve it. Then after maybe more, 4 people to approve. So you may start on a project in February, and you may have to execute it in June. And these are some of the things that students may not understand, that actually you are up to something, but you need to be a little bit patient, and there is a lot of bureaucracy. But without that, really, there's no challenge that the eighth government cannot handle. And we know that our management is apparently cooperative, lenient with us, and we are working hand in hand to see that the student experience is utterly enhanced. Yeah.
Yeah, as you have heard that there is nothing the eighth government can't handle. So, Mr. Emmanuel,
Yes, please.
I'm so curious that being both a student and a student leadership needs balancing.
Yeah.
How do you balance the responsibility of leadership and your academics?
Leadership is, I think, a talent. Some things start happening on their own, given the way you derive everything. What do I mean by that? I have a government that has over 28 individuals, delegates, honorables, and right honorables. And away from even the 28 individuals, we have those particular 28 individuals have committees where they have secretaries. So we eat the elephant in bits, each one from their angle. As a president, I have a role I'm playing, and as the prime minister, they also have their roles, and the guild speaker also have their roles for this machinery to move forward. So, in a way, you'll find out that you can have enough time to do your academics because there is a particular part that is being touched by another person. For instance, but if we have a project that is under the Minister of Social Affairs, the Minister of Social Affairs will come up with a committee, draft a project, and then after that, it is extended to the Prime Minister. Then from the Prime Minister, we discuss it with the Guild Speaker. From there, then the project is given to us, to me, and I forward it to the management. But you realize that most of the groundwork is done by the Minister of Social Affairs. So by the time we are executing up here, someone may think that I've done everything on my own, but yet some of the time has been consumed by some of the
cabinet.
exactly. So that gives us time. Then the other thing is we delegate. We delegate. I don't need to be in office or be everywhere. You'll find out that there are some activities we've seen where the vice president has been representing the prime minister, the guild speaker. So I might be here on this podcast, and actually there's another activity going on. As I speak right now, there is already a cabinet meeting going on, and I'm not there, but everything is moving on smoothly. So somehow we do it. And also, the other thing is that we focus. We know that the core reason we are here is academics. So sometimes we can hold on to something, restrain it, or hold it for another time, and we first achieve the academic objective. Yeah, thank you.
So let's talk about the students themselves.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective,
Yeah.
what do you think are some of the issues or challenges students face at Victoria University? And how do you plan to address these challenges through your leadership?
The first challenge I would call a very serious one is mental health, where we have a lot of international students here, and even our own, the native one, experience the same. When you look at the international students specifically who leave their homes, you just, as a Ugandan, any student, if you live, like, for instance, me, I come from Bale, and, spending like 3 months without going to your home, or even 6 months, you start getting a bit sickly and you want to go back home. But now here comes an international student who has been here for 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So somehow they are feeling a lot of internal pressure inside the hostel walls. They can literally talk to no one, some of them, apart from screaming inside those walls. And they also face challenges as individuals, maybe emotional challenges, maybe academic challenges, and they don't have anyone to talk to. That would cause them to end up doing some antisocial activities or indulge themselves in substance use. So we believe that by addressing that, we can have a healthy community, and we have already had some mental health awareness meeting, and then we also, of course, try to put up activities like the most recent one, which was a 3D movie night, so that they feel at home, connect with others, and uh, try to be friends with one another and find new family in Uganda. But that also comes back to our own students that are basing in Uganda. They also go through mental health issues. So we believe that is a very, very big item that we have to handle, but we are handling it already. Then the other thing really is nothing much apart from social demands, really. And Issues like V class, those are technical issues. Sometimes more upgrades are coming. You know, we are in a tech world, and when upgrade is happening, sometimes transitioning is always causing some friction because some people have to be oriented on why. Like the most recent, that we needed all students to have VU emails
Yes.
to log into their V class. So somebody could be used to their own Gmail and they find this email hard, and that's a challenge. But of course, through the information minister and other delegates and honorables and staff members, we are trying to harmonize that. Those are just few challenges, really, not really much that we can't handle, but where we wouldn't handle, only God can. But as far as I know, here we are handling every situation.
So you talked about this issue of emails, but are these emails effective or they are still in pipeline?
They are effective. This has been on for a very long time. I think they've informed the students to have those emails over and over for some time. I think the first time we got that message was in February, and they were saying by 1st March, the VClass won't be accessed unless you have you have a university mail.
Yeah.
So with that, of course, changing from the traditional mails to this one is a bit becoming disturbing, because you can imagine we had calls at midnight. Students were calling us, telling us, Mr. Guild, this is not happening. Some students have in different time.
Time frames.
Yeah, so to me, I felt like, I don't know, this is it's an official, official matter. Why are you calling me at midnight when I'm sleeping? But later on, I realized VU is an international university, so
people outside the country.
Yeah, for them it's early in the morning, and I think that is a challenge. The guild also working in different time frames, but they're operational as far as I know, and we are seeing if it can be rescinded, but we don't think it will be rescinded because those emails are put on board for reasons, because they are easily trackable. You can easily communicate, and it also excludes usage of apps. That is a sports language, having apps on court. So you could have some people who are using emails that do not belong to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So and sometimes when you want to make some changes, somebody give you an email, for instance, of your brother. They used it for the V class, and you're having challenges. So all those things are going to be rectified. It is just a matter of informing students what is on ground.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, sometimes students feel like they are disconnected or their voices are unheard.
Yeah.
Through the students' leadership.
Yeah.
What steps are you taking to ensure that the voices of every student at the university are heard to the administrators or to the respective faculties?
I think we are the most listening guild government. We have very many channels, and students can always reach out to us. We have a multi-channel strategy that we have. For instance, we have WhatsApp groups. We also channel down to every faculty having the GRC who has to listen. Recently, we rolled out a survey to get the feedback of students, and that survey was filled, and it's going to be presented to the management, I think, next week. So we not only that, but even on our social media handles, we always welcoming feedback and listening to the students. And also, if you look at our office, it works 24/7. As I speak right now, there is somebody in the office.
Yes.
For any issue that may arise, and we are always responding on time. So we are always having somebody on the ground in the office to listen to any issue. On WhatsApp and other social media handles, we have channels where students can raise their issues, and some of them you have seen them. If you have been investigating, you'd find out that they have been raising their issues and being handled. But also, we are not so unique. We are not aliens. Students can reach out to us, or sometimes we ourselves. The other day, we are doing an inspection of the entire building, checking out on the cleanliness, checking out on various students, and we were discussing with them. So we're also students, and we can reach out to students, and they tell us how they are feeling. Maybe some of them have heartbreaks, maybe what, maybe a student, maybe a lecturer did this, and we're always getting the feedback and working on that.
Yeah, so our listeners, we are still having the guild president of Victoria University. But let's go for a quick musical break. When we do return back, we have more interesting conversation with him.
Yeah.